All right, straight ahead, he admitted to shooting steroids. Now, ARod says it was a mistake.
I'm confident that at the end of my career, people will see this for what it is, a stupid mistake and a lesson learned for a guy with a lot of baseball to play.
Yeah, he's 33. ARod, clean, sort of. Will it help his career? Rick Cerrone will be out here to talk about it.
Right, we're having a testy conversation over here because this is a very hot topic. ARod in front of a huge group of media apologizing for using steroids, sort of.
You know, I didn't think there were steroids. I mean, that's again part of being young and stupid. It was over the counter. It was pretty basic, and you know, it was really amateur hour.
So the Yankee slugger even teared up before taking questions from the press.
So, how well did the highest paid player in the history of the sport do? Rick Cerrone was the Yankees' senior director of media relations for 11 years and worked closely with ARod for 3 years. Rick, first off, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Brian. Good to see you again.
You went through Giambi's controversy, Pettit's controversy. You know Alex Rodriguez when he was hired. First off, how did he do in your mind yesterday?
I think he did very well. I really do. And I know that's not the public opinion out there. But
nor is it the local media's opinion.
Well, you know, the local media's opinion. But I think the best thing he did, and I said this last week, that he's got a pledge to help educate kids about the dangers of steroid abuse. He said that last week with Peter Gammons. He followed through with it. He had Don Hooten there with him.
Whose son committed suicide using steroids.
Exactly. And we now all know of the Taylor Hooten Foundation, which we probably pretty much did not know before that. He's got to do that the rest of his career.
I can see the advantage for the Hooten family to hook up with ARod because that means money for their foundation. But I got to be honest with you, Rick, when people make mistakes like this and then they decide to hook up and say, but I'm a changed person, isn't that a little shallow?
I don't think he's really saying I'm a changed person. I think he knows he made a mistake. I think it's weighed on him. How could it not? It's weighing on 103 other people that tested positive as well, probably. And now he's trying to look forward to the rest of his career. I mean, he can't walk away like people are saying, you know, his career is ruined. His legacy is ruined. He can't just say, you know what, you're right, I'm going home. You can't do that.
For over a decade, you were the one who had to introduce the people in the media and tell everyone the ground rules, no follow-up questions. But the crazy cousin in the Dominican Republic buying over the counter, they're doing it in the attic or basement, does that seem plausible to you? Would you have nixed that story and told those people it's not going to fly?
And if you're the Yankees, you only have so much control over, and even so much knowledge over what he's going to say. I mean, he has a whole series of outside advisors.
But you're paying him $252 million.
I understand that, but I think you both know the world we live in.
But in a way, you don't want to know the story, right? Well, you don't want to know the full story. It's kind of like a lawyer. You don't really want to know your entire defendant's story.
And you never really do. You never really do. You're his employer. I mean, my personal opinion is he should listen more to the Yankees and their PR advice than outside counsel. Because that outside counsel, I don't think knows that media that was there. It's much different. I don't want to name a specific celebrity.
He had Madonna's person there. He had a lawyer that George Bush had.
Okay, Madonna does not have beat writers that when she goes to a set, or an actor when he goes to a set, the first people he walks into when he goes into the room are the 9 beat writers and his team.
So you're saying there's different kinds of damage control.
There's different media constituencies.
Well, it's highly interesting. We could go on with this for...
And Rick, the last question, what's the next phase in this? It's not over, correct?
No, it's not over, but I think it was a good start for him. The next phase is he's got to follow through with the pledge he made that he's going to help the Taylor Hooten Foundation and help educate kids. He's got to do that for the rest of his career.
Well, we'll continue to follow this story. Thank you so much for getting up early, Rick.
And I think he was, for one time, glad to be here and not in Tampa yesterday.